That's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
We play just over a minute here in the first. To the inside, here's Griffin. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
A delicious dime from Chris Paul there.
Chicago with the ball. It's a three-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Doc Rivers.
One player he doesn't want to overlook is Pau Gasol. He said Pau has that hook shot that is nearly impossible to guard, and that most of their defense on Pau will be centered around denying him the ball and forcing him to catch it away from the basket. We'll see if they can execute that plan, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Here's Big Dog. 26 points for him last game against the Warriors in Oakland.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways.
Here's Paul following the basket by Freak. And Redick kicks to Jordan. They set the screen. Throws it up high. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
What a beautiful pass. Has to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute.
Rose, that's good.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Butler against Paul. Jordan the screen to the middle, deflects the pass. Gasol with the steal. Here's Butler, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Chicago.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
Now, here's Redick. His last outing, he had 18 points. Paul outside. Left side, Jordan. Shot clock at 6. It's deflected, but he gets it back. Johnson for 3. They get it back. Kicks it to Redick. Paul against Butler. Left side, Griffin. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 3rd assist on the night. Passes it to Big Dog. Goes up at the stripe. It's Chicago with another bucket. Clippers trail by 4. Paul outside. Picked by Griffin. It's Redick on the wing. He's covered by Rose. Tries from 10, and that one's good.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
And now let's check in on the 2 guards from around the league and see which one of them is playing the stingiest defense over the span of the last 10 games. Take a look at Redick. Opposing teams always need to know.
Shooting guard is where you'll usually find the team's best defender, and this group illustrates that clearly and perfectly. These fellas play the best on-ball D that you'll see in the NBA.
Chicago with the ball. The Clippers getting the bucket.
Flush that thing down, young fella.
That is a fierce two-hander.
Maximum force on that dunk.
And here is Paul. He's coming off a 22-point game against New Orleans.
And also, his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
Now, here is Mirotic after the miss from Crawford. Mirotic passes to Big Dog. Dishes it to Mirotic. Again, Chicago.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Here's Paul. After the basket by Nikola Mirotic, Paul kicks to Bargnani. Puts up the baby hook, and the call will be against Joakim Noah. Chicago making a switch here. Portis is checked in. Brooks against Crawford. For a different look here, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Bargnani. Johnson comes in for Blake Griffin. Hardaway's checked in for Andre Robertson. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol is checked in for Noah. Big Dog comes in for Portis. Dunleavy's checked in for Mirotic. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Brooks. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Jordan is out there with Johnson, and it's Hardaway in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And so he hits both.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Warriors got the job done. He dropped in 26 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. This game of his was just a standout, all-around display of basketball. Coaches love to see that, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little afraid. I mean, anybody who saw that game has to still be in awe of what he was able to do. Just absolutely dominant.
Boy, I tell you, he was in such a rhythm and on a roll. He could have won that game all by himself.
Good.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
The Clippers trail. Now here's Paul. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. Jordan kicks to Johnson, and he gets it to go. Johnson's got 8.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Rose passes to Big Dog. In the corner, it's Dunleavy. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Here's Grove. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Big Dog's got 4 points this quarter.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really, in a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Inside. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Derrick Rose. Here's Redick. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Rose passes to Big Dog. From the low block. The shot misses. Johnson with some nice D. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on Los Angeles. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Clippers.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, and I think another key, guys, will be can they continue to hit that mid-range shot? I mean, they've been very effective here early on.
He hits both from the stripe. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the half. Now Hardaway. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Jordan the screen. Redick dishes to Johnson. Redick is in the corner. No good with the triple.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
No good from Big Dog. LA's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Redick against Rose. Jordan the screen. Redick. And it's Jordan with the jam.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
Griffin with the steal. Here's Redick. He sinks the 11-footer. Now it's a 4-point Clipper lead.
You know, guys, when you see it come together like that, I mean, that's the offensive set you want to have. Well done.
Here's Grove. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Big Dog's got 8 points here in this quarter. With 1 on the clock, the shot misses. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Clippers lead by 2. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Certainly good numbers from you shooting the ball in the first half. What has been your approach on offense?
I'm just trying to let the game come to me. I don't try to force it on offense. Good things happen. That's why I've had success here earlier.
Slow and steady wins the race, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
No slowing them down, just some incredible numbers for Big Dog. 16 points, and he's tacked on a couple of blocks today, too.
And they've been important to the team. Even if it's only a couple, it's helped them establish a defensive presence inside.
Taking a look at the Bulls. Rose is the 1 with Butler is the 2. Big Dog is out there with Dunleavy. And it's Gasol at the center position. Johnson, that's for 2. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 5 assists in the game. Chicago trailing here. The pass to Big Dog. And stolen by Jordan. Jordan with a screen on Rose. Griffin attacking. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Okay, with this break, let's run down the point guards with the most assists in the league in the past 10 games. Chris Paul, 4th.
And these are the best passers in the NBA. No question about it. Every one of them is willing and able to be the floor general out there and make sure the offense is running at full speed.
And that's the thing to me. I mean, as exceptional as their assist numbers are, it's their leadership and that ability to direct their offense. That's what makes them stand out.
And the second free throw, good. Rose with the ball. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. And it's blocked by Jordan. Now here's Paul. He's guarded close.
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clarkie's going to start putting on a show now.
And that's usually how it goes. Once they get that lead, it's almost like they give him free reign.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Not as good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down to 3 on the bucket from Pau Gasol.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
We need to calm down. We're taking too many shots early in the clock. Let's get some ball movement and run something on the offensive end. Keep it simple.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Crawford's checked in. So Chicago going with a different look for the Clippers. Bargnani is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Wesley Johnson. And it's Roberson in for Jamal Crawford. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new grouping. Pau Gasol is checked in for Noah. Big Dog comes in for Portis. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Mirotic. And it's Rose in for Brooks. Pass to Big Dog. It's tipped. Hardaway with the steal. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Clippers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Yeah, he's most certainly not the reason they're in a hole. I mean, his percentage has been outstanding.
Picked by Griffin. Redick inside the line. Misses off the left iron.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Hardaway from outside. The rebound by Big Dog. The Bulls trail by 7.
And this should be the last possession of the quarter.
Exactly. I'm right with you there, Greg. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter. Make sure you get the last shot here.
Great D that time from Hardaway. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. For the Clippers, Andre Roberson comes in for Johnson, and Paul subbed in for J.J. Redick. Chicago also making some changes. Big Dog, he's checked in for Gasol. Dunleavy comes in for Mirotic, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for Brooks. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Roberson in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Crawford kicks to Griffin, elbow shot. The rebound by Noah.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam? And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it. He has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Yeah, well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees, my man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Here's Griffin. Tries again. He lays it in. Griffin's got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Rose attacking. Another one falls for Chicago.
I love the offensive execution on that possession.
The Clippers have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Pass to Griffin. Paul outside. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
How can you describe an alley-oop that far away? I mean, wow.
There's not much you can say.
I tell you what, that was Hail to Mary, guys. It was a long bomb.
Big Dog, the pass to Noah. Here's Big Dog. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 24 points for Freak.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't matter.
Paul dishes to Jordan. Down low. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Freak.
Blake Griffin doing all sorts of things. 31 points and 2 steals as well. This is some performance we're witnessing out of him.
My man, a night to remember. No doubt about it.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. Johnson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Redick comes in for Jamal Crawford. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Pau Gasol is checked in for Noah. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Chicago's gone 0 for 3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Puts it up from 12. Count it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus.
And an intentional foul right there. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position. And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending it.
He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5. Here's Chicago.
No time to spare. They need a bucket.
Without question. Again, maybe a steal or a foul to get the clock stopped as well.
15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one, and he commits the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
So he comes up empty at the line. Rose kicks to Butler.
Get the ball inside.
And a miss there on the triple. And so they foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
At the line for 2.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Move it.
There's Big Dog. And so Los Angeles takes the win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin.
Is there anyone in the NBA who's more straight up scary than Blake Griffin? I don't think so. Big, strong, powerful.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have it.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, these guys are in the doldrums, a real tough stretch with only one win to show for their last 9 games. And before we tip off, I just need to ask Shaq, when you think back to great teammates, what are the qualities that make a great teammate?
Well, you want to play the guys who care as much about the game as you do, a guy who puts the team first, a guy who gets you involved, a guy who has the same dreams and aspirations that you have about the game.
Well, that name sounds like Kobe Bryant to me that you were talking about, but I always look for guys who could push me. And I could push them at the same time, where we could work together. It's a family.
And a view here of the Spirit, the official name of Michael Jordan's statue standing outside the United Center. The Bulls play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it live for you right here from Chicago. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, Taj Gibson. With him gone, we'll see how they get along.
Well, to say the deal changes the look and feel of this franchise, it's stating the obvious. They are a vastly different team than they were a few days ago. Obviously looking long-term rather than the short-term.
Exactly. Trading away a player with his talents is clearly a big picture deal. You have to balance fit and talent as well as upside, and then throw in the financial consideration. So this is more than just about the player.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the small forward position. Knocked away. It's stolen by Carroll. Rose against Lowry. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Rose against Lowry. Big dog the pass to Rose. Here's Grove. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. For so long, Clark, Freak has made it apparent that he wants to be a global star. Isn't that what all these guys really want? Yeah. Tries to achieve that through endorsements. You wonder if he has taken some of his focus off the game.
Well, it's perfectly fine for any NBA player to sign a few endorsements, but you have to make sure that the main thing stays the main thing. NBA players need to hoop more than they need to worry about their brand.
Now, here is Lowry. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Houston.
And also defensively, guys, he kept them off balance with 4 steals on the night.
Butler, he clangs that one off the back iron and down at
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Here is Lowry, and you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Rebounded by Big Dog.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Gasol setting the pick for Rose. Down low. Makes it. 2 points there from Big Dog. Big Dog.
It's awesome.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Patterson.
Nope.
It's good from long range. Patterson's got his first 3 points of the game.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Alley-oop.
Lowry against Rose. There's the pass to Big Dog. It's stolen by Lowry. And here's the fast break. Carroll leading the way. Here's Patterson. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead.
Pass the ball.
We'll go to Dorisburg.
Pass the ball to me. Pass the ball to me.
I asked him what he
Pass the ball to me.
From his team today, and he told me we'd really like to keep Pau Gasol under wraps in this one.
All right.
He went on to explain that Gasol can take over games with his efficiency on the offensive end, and the key to their win will be getting a hand in his face every time. Guys?
And as always, Doris, thank you.
Shoot.
Toronto now. The Bulls knocking down the three. DeRozan's shot is good.
What a move. Came out of the spin, stopped and popped. That is impressive.
Pass the ball. Pass the ball to me.
Outside Rose.
Pass the ball.
Butler
Pass the ball. Pass it to me. Pass it to me.
In the corner, it's Dunleavy. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
Yeah.
Dunleavy's got his second bucket tonight.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
No problems knocking that one down. Here's Rose. Looking for his first basket still in this.
Pass it to me.
He kicks to Butler.
Pass it.
To the inside.
Pass. Pass it to me.
Gasol against
Fuck you.
A nice shot by Gasol.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Now here's DeRozan. He's coming off a 13-point game against Houston. That's good.
Come on.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
Patience. Patience.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group.
Transition point. Make the defense move.
Here's Lowry.
Pass up a good shot for a great shot.
So the Raptors 5 right now. Lowry and Ross pairing up in the backcourt. Patrick Patterson is out there with Kosta Koufos. And it's Carroll in at the 3 spot.
No way.
And Kosta Koufos picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Bulls leading by
Pass the ball to me. Pass the ball to me.
Brooks with it.
Pass the ball to me. Jesus.
Here's Grove.
Whoop.
Ross grabs the board.
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there.
I didn't even swear.
You want to do the opposite of smart basketball.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Chicago?
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Lowry dishes to Patterson. To the paint. Carroll against Mirotic. Carroll kicks to Lowry. Here's
No, no.
Off target from three-point range.
Well, it looks like he's
Pass the ball.
a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
Mirotic, the pass to Big Guy.
Oh,
Toronto
come on.
grabs the miss. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And if there's one aspect of the game that really stood out for me, it was the rebounding. Basketball is about possessions, and you saw a noticeable difference in terms of the effort both teams were putting forth.
Simply got outworked under the boards, guys. I mean, that's the no-brainer of the deal. I mean, they got pushed around all game long.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Pau Gasol is checked in for Noah. McDermott comes in for Mirotic, and it's Rose in for Aaron Brooks. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at Chicago, their season filled with ups and downs, 10th right now in the conference. And, of course, there's Toronto, 4.5 games behind.
And for Chicago, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Hey, they're amongst a big group fighting for the bottom few playoff seeds, and that's going to continue all the way through the end of the season. I think they'll get in, but it won't be easy.
Now, here's Lowry. 5 points in the game.
Shoot.
And Gasol.
Pass.
Here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. Shots good by Butler.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to
pick and roll, pick and roll.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop.
Pick and roll.
Where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't
defense.
see,
Double defense.
Carroll. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut back down again to 6 with the basket.
Pick and roll, pick and roll.
The Bulls have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter.
Pass the ball to me.
Keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Clippers delivered quite a performance.
Pick and roll.
He ended with 26 points, and that...
Double team. Okay.
Scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. He had a great game in all facets, and his coach called it a complete game of basketball. High praise to be sure, guys.
All right, thanks so much, Doris. What a great report, and what a
pick and roll
performance that was, guys.
I couldn't believe
double team.
I mean, he's given himself a hard act to follow here tonight.
You know what? But as good as he was, it's hard to think there won't be at least some sort of carryover effect, guys. I mean, he still has to be riding pretty high.
Here's Big Dog. Here's Gasol. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And now it's a 10-point Bulls lead.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done. In a moment now to see some numbers for Derrick Rose, averaging 13 points.
There we go. That was your Lovables. Give him a hand. Come on, Chicago.
Steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
And guys, they're finally getting the consistency they wanted to see from him. Look for that to continue.
Yeah, he's good.
And the Bulls making a change here. Dunleavy's checked in.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Big Dog. 26 points for him last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but he was also a force on the defensive side. 2 block shots.
That's good. That's good.
Altered a ton of shots. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight. On the interior, they got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Carroll. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Valanciunas. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
And that's exactly
Pass it
what
to me.
they're going for.
Pass the ball to me.
Shot.
Pass the ball.
To the middle. Here's Grove. It's
Jesus
good.
Christ.
The assist from Rose. Big Dogs got the lead. Back up to 10 now for the Bulls. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And in that game, guys, their three-point shooting really was their own worst enemy. Even when they got the open looks, they just
Double team.
had an inability to knock them down.
And guys, you've seen it happen to every team. You have to be a threat from beyond the arc nowadays, and if your team goes cold, it really can
Pick and roll.
sabotage your game.
Now here's Ross.
Double team.
Miss by Freak. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Got a handout.
Oh.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding
Double
has
team.
been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and
Pick
they've
and
really been
roll.
strong on the glass. 3 consecutive
Double team.
baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Pass the ball to me.
Rose passes to Big Dog. 54 seconds left in the first half.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter.
Double
Just hasn't been
team.
able to get it going.
The feed to Patterson.
Double team.
Here's Lowry. He's got 5. And it's Carroll in the corner. A baseline J. And again, no good by Toronto. Here's Chicago. They're on
Pass the ball to
4-6
me.
run.
Pass the ball.
Pass to Big Dog.
Oh, come on.
Valanciunas.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And here's Lowry.
Double team.
He feeds it to Carroll. Lets it go from deep. No good.
And you
Shoot.
can learn a lot about rebounding by watching this guy. Look at the fundamentals there on the box out.
And we've reached halftime in this one.
Well, Coach Case,
That's cool.
Okay, eyes up front, guys. Our fans are really liking what we've done so far, and so
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Freak really making a difference here.
And how about his scoring in that first half? He just looked like a different player today, really on point.
Quite honestly, it's been a pleasant surprise for him. You know, he really hit on something that worked in those first 2 quarters, guys.
Butler teams with Dunleavy on the perimeter. Pau Gasol is out there with Big Dog, and it's Rose in at the 1. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Rose. Rose has got 5 assists in the game. Raptors trail by 12. Now here is Lowry. Patterson, the screen. Here's Carroll, and then jammed down as he goes right over Pau Gasol.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. DeRozan. Here's Valanciunas. The lead now cut to single digits.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Here's Dunleavy. Carroll covering. Dunleavy's shot is off.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Now here is Lowry. He has 5. That doesn't go either for DeRozan.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Dunleavy the pass to Big Dog. Knocked loose. Now Lowry. He dishes it to DeRozan. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. To the inside, Patterson. Here's Valanciunas. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Dunleavy. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 6 assists now in the game. Well, it's not just point guards that can pass the rock. Here are the assist leaders among guards over the span of the last month. In the 3rd spot, DeMar DeRozan.
And what that group has a great understanding of is the importance of ball movement. I mean, they can all create their own shot, but their superb ability to set up teammates really stands out.
Yeah, I think you've got to attribute it to the unselfish attitude that each of them has. I mean, sure, they're going to attack and make sure they get their points, but they get just as much satisfaction in racking up assists, too.
Here's Big Dog after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. And he gets it to go. 9 points for Butler.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
The shot by Powell, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Scola with it. Now defended by McDermott. Powell down low. Working on Gasol. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. The Raptors shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. The free throw drops for Powell. Chicago making some changes. Raptors trail by 14. So the Raptors 5 right now. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Patrick Patterson is out there with Scola. And it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And Dunleavy gets it to go in.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Outside DeRozan. Patterson setting the pick for DeRozan. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Brooks. Here's Grove. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Bulls.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Damari Carroll's checked in for Patterson. Now here is Lowry. Outside Scola. High post shot. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Well, after a horrible half of shooting, they've bounced back here in the second half and picked up their shooting percentage quite nicely.
Pass to Big Dog. Takes it from 10. And he hits the jump shot. Big Dog's got 5 points now this quarter.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Clearly, they've been outclassed in the paint, really at both ends of the floor.
The Bulls leading by 17. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got assist number 8 now on the night. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Scola kicks to Carroll. Valanciunas with a screen on Rose.
Double team
on the clock. Fires from 14, and Luis Scola again.
Okay, that's more like it. A nice job here in the second. I mean, their field percentage is way up compared to what they did in the first half, where they shot
double
very
team.
Low percentage. It actually was just above 30%.
Double team.
Here's Big Dog. And Scola pulls it down.
Double team.
Scola's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Back to Lowry.
Double team.
Dishes to Scola. Here's Valanciunas. And the layup's good off the glass. Valanciunas has got 4 points this quarter.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting
Post up
from the first half.
Post.
And the pass to Big Dog.
Post.
Puts it up from 12. That's good.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come.
Chicago making a switch here. Butler's checked in. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth.
Double team.
With the ball. Pass to Valanciunas.
Pick and roll.
For another field goal, his 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Pick and roll.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making
pick and roll
for lost time.
Here's Big Dog.
Pass it to me.
Here's the dish to Butler. And the Bulls, another 3.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot of work.
Double team.
Lowry drawing the double team. And that one's good. 14 points now for Valanciunas.
He's flipped the script
Pass.
here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage.
Pass it. Pass it.
Back to Rose. Passes it to Big Dog. It's stolen by Carroll. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Carroll's running. On the wing to Rosen. Again, Toronto.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now here's Rose. The pass to Big Dog. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance.
Double team.
For the Bulls.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And believe you me, they'll be gunning for the sweep in that third meeting.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Big Dog. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches definitely had the hot hand.
That's good.
They clearly look like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got some energy out on the floor.
Yeah, but it's come a little too late to have a real impact on the game, though. We call this box score window dressing. All it's going to do is make the numbers look a little better than it was.
And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
Greg, it really has been. I mean, such a lively, vibrant atmosphere, and no doubt that played a part in the big win.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, a nice win for you tonight, Joe.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He had just an outstanding fourth-quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
I know Freak's going to have a lot of people back home in Harlem extremely proud of the way he played tonight, and they should be proud of him because his play was genius. Just a textbook example of how to gain a mental edge and continue to exploit it.
Well, his ability to get into the paint, get to the rim was deadly. For a guy who's mainly a perimeter shooter, it was remarkable how many of his points came right at the bucket.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith,
when did you know it was going to be one of those nights on the offensive end for you?
After I saw a few shots go down, it was pretty clear I was in a good rhythm. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. Next.
Are you getting the ball as much as you'd like out there?
That kind of thing doesn't matter to me. As long as we're winning games, I don't care how much I have the ball in my hands. I really don't. The team comes first. You know that.
Word is spreading that you're causing some real drama with your off-court commitments, missing appearances, failing to fulfill contracts. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, mind your business. This press conference is supposed to be about what happened in the game tonight. You know, on the court. So let's leave your ridiculous, unsubstantiated rumors alone, and let's talk about what we're supposed to be talking about. Oh, you know what, but yeah, let's not. I think I'm done here. Thank you all.
better on the defensive end. Set it up.
Come on, boys. Well, Steve. Take the shot. Ooh. Oh, come on, no. Je me fais un but dessus, mon esti. Stupide.
threes can you make in a minute? Freak, start it up.
Pass the ball, Esti.
All right, fellas, good practice. I need that same intensity out here consistently.